Did you have any like fanboy defenders on the comments like going
Oh,
going
it's
to town
hilarious.
like
Oh my
really?
God, it's hilarious. Oh yeah, yeah. You should go there. It's a hilarious read because there's some comments that appear to be dead serious from people saying like, WTF? How could you give a game that Jeff Green worked on, anything less than an A? Um,
Nice.
which is ridiculous, of course.
Yeah.
Right. I'm at Metacritic right now, and the lowest score other than the One Up score is a 70 from Nintendo Power, and then it goes way down to a 58 for One Up.
Wow.
Yeah,
What you need, Jeff, is a review on e4g.com. It's
yeah, I do.
everythingforgamers.com.
Uh-huh.
And I'm serious. Like, we can make this happen if you want it. So just say the word. The thing with
I'm
this,
sure we could because I'm fairly certain that half those reviews were written by you.
not by me. I haven't written a single one for it. But the thing is that we found this site at first, and it just had, I think it was like the Halo ODST review and then the Uncharted review, and it just couldn't believe how poorly written they were, and how poorly thought out, and thought it was hilarious. And so I know this one guy, Mitchy D from Twitter. I don't know him well, other than I see him on Twitter. I think started writing the guy and was curious as to how he got a review copy for Uncharted, basically to produce such an illiterate review. And it turned out he basically got the guy to admit that he hadn't, that he was just basing it off the demos and stuff, and that the site is run. He basically takes submissions from anyone who has a review that they write and they want on the site, and they just turn it into traffic. It kind of makes perfect sense because we always talk about how this is my other rule of reviewing games. So of all the things we mentioned, you have to keep in mind as you write. The other thing is that who's ever reading and commenting on it wants your job. So a site like this makes use of the pyramid scheme that it all is by saying like, hey, right, you can be a reviewer too. But so I think once people figured that out, they started on their own. I think Urinate Logjam was the first. That's a anagram for game journalist, of course. Wrote a fucking absurd Batman Arkham Asylum review, which was followed up by another poster. And they tell me on my Twitter that they were submitting the shit by a Wet review, by a Risen review, and a Fortune's Forever review. And every single one of them is just deliberately intended to make an absolute mockery of the site, and yet the guy keeps posting them, and they're up there now. Like if you go to their site, the most popular are two of the spoof ones that people put up.
But that's actually a fucking awesome use for a site. Like maybe the site should just become a spoof reviews site.
It
Like,
should mutate into that.
That makes
That
it so much more entertaining to me.
That would be awesome. There's this one I wish Rory read it to me, and it was from a closed Something Awful forum, Something Awful sub forum where you have to have a membership to read, and it's like something about it's just for a bunch of people who hate video games. And there's this mock review of Batman Arkham Asylum that was basically selling the game on the number of vents and the ways that you can interact with vents in the game, but totally seriously, like you can talking about vent
I've
porn
never used
basically.
a vent this way in a video
We're
game
like, yeah,
before.
sometimes, like, they might be hanging by one bolt. Sometimes you can kick them off. You can upgrade and get weapons that pull vents down if they're high up above you. And like, just the whole fucking thing was awesome. But it would have made an amazing review. I actually wish I had access to
The
it, read
reviews
some
on that
lines from it.
site are just brilliant. Even the ones that probably weren't jokes, they were probably serious. And I was jealous of all of that writing because I thought like, wow, this is beyond my ability to be funny. Just the way some of that stuff was written.
Yeah.
So strictly as a comedy site, I highly recommend it.
I have to give props to whoever wrote the Fortress Forever one for just throwing in gamer this or that as a. So like here's an example. So like how we were talking about gamer thirst, how they'll wet your gamer fucking whistle or whatever. So like in the review for Fortress Forever, he says, I got to start up here. This isn't your grandma. Wait, what is it? Okay, sorry, Mom. This isn't your grandma's HL2 mod. Unless you're a veteran of sitting in a chair on a computer for many hours, I don't think I can recommend this to you. But if you got plenty of notches in your gamer cut list, this should prove to be a great experience.
Notches in your gamer cutlass. God. God.